Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Where have we been? I've been busy. When I get real busy, you don't get a show. That's the way things work. It's just the truth.
I like that little Howard Cosell thing you had going on there for a
What's
second.
Howard Cosell? Hold on.
Can you do a Howard? This.
What are we doing, ladies and gentlemen?
It's the Internet Dad Show.
It's the Internet Dad Show. Coming streaming to you live from the corner of my room.
In the corner of his room, in the half of my room.
Yeah.
And in the office of my room.
What? Good morning, guys. Okay, so let me tell you what's happening, just so you know, because I know you're very, very. Some of you probably stayed up late, worried, couldn't sleep. 2 days ago, I had to go to the dentist, and the dentist was like, "Hey, you're gonna get we're gonna do some terrible stuff to you in May. So like they're gonna like go in. It's horrible." And then the next day, yesterday, I had to take my daughter to the dentist. Except that halfway to the dentist, she threw a fit, and my wife had said, "Hey, bring her to me at Panera Bread." And then my daughter went with my wife and they had a talk about, being mad at dad or whatever, as she took her to the dentist. Meanwhile, I sat in traffic on the way home.
So Dave, isn't it cute? It's just beginning for him. Isn't it adorable? He has no clue what's in store for him. Having two daughters the same age.
I know that one of my daughters is definitely going to be a handful as she gets
you have one daughter.
It's not the one you expect either.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, you have one daughter that is going to go to higher learning institutions, and you have one daughter who's going to get on the back of a motorcycle with a guy named Snake.
That's not as funny as you're making it sound.
It's kind of a woman named Snake, I guess.
Come on. No. So that's where I was the last couple days. Yeah.
Before we get started this morning, I saw on Facebook this morning, it reminded me, I just want to mention this. A really, really good close friend of mine is having a birthday today, and I wanted to mention this on the air.
That's crazy.
I really like this guy. I'm so glad that he came into my life. My buddy Derek Benefield, that I've known for a long time, and Dave's birthday today too.
Oh my gosh!
Well,
happy birthday, Dave. What do you?
It's also Al Pacino's birthday.
It's Al Pacino's birthday. Ella Fitzgerald and who else? I read those this morning.
So I remember that Deke is like a year older than me but Dave, I can't remember. Are you younger than me?
I'm 47.
I'm 48.
You guys are the same age.
I'll be 48 in a month and some days.
Yeah, no, you're almost
shut up.
Almost a whole year older than me.
Oh, I thought she was going to say close to 50.
I'm about to be 47.
Oh yeah, Renee Zellweger, her birthday's today, and RDJ.
Gladys Presley, Ella Fitzgerald, Meadowlark Lemon.
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd? Really?
Well, I don't know.
You know he's not a real Rudd.
Fake Rudd?
Yeah, they changed their names. It was like Rudonsky or something like that. He's Jewish.
I don't know why.
He went to Hollywood. He became a Holly Rudd.
Holly Rudd. Dave, today on your birthday, today is National Historic Marker Day. Okay, I love historic markers.
Sharpies are the most historic markers I can think of.
They are. Sharpies are. Today is National Hug a Plumber Day, National Arbor Day today, National Telephone Day.
Slow down. Why hug a plumber? Why do you want to hug a plumber?
I'm glad you asked.
Too many are dying from crack, so we got to
plumbers have kept water flowing since ancient Rome. Let's see. The holiday has been observed since at least 2009. We don't know the founder. How to observe National Hug a Plumber Day, JJ? Count all the ways that you appreciate plumbers. Celebrate by thanking a plumber that you know. Send them a card or a shout out online. They will appreciate the recognition too. And when you do, be sure and use the hashtag National Hug a Plumber. Oh, never mind.
All right.
When has a plumber ever been? When have you ever in your life given a plumber a card and that plumber been, oh shucks, this really makes my day?
You don't know enough plumbers.
I watched a really. The
only thing I can imagine is like
a really bad joke, but I don't know how to make it.
I was going to say something about his life being all plugged up and.
Oh God!
I was going to say something like. I watched a movie, or I watched the first part of a movie one time where a lady was really appreciative of a plumber, but we had to turn it off. But yeah, see, it just don't make the screen hit. All right, let me keep going here. National Arbor Day, National Telephone Day. There's a couple of good ones. National
Malaria Day.
National DNA Day today. And
DNA?
Dave, one more. Today is National Hairball Awareness Day.
That coincides with the plumber. It has to.
Who is getting money out of these days? Why are these days existing?
No, they're not. Some of these are like I go to this website every day for the radio just to do a little thing that we do, and it's nationaldaycalendar.com. And you can go there and
it'll diaper free day
every day. But some of these, like right here, JJ, what you was saying. National Historic Marker Day. Well, if you actually go down and look, it's like founded 3 years ago by the National Day Calendar and another foundation. So this website's like, shit, we don't have anything for the 26th of April.
That's exactly what it is.
It is.
That's exactly. We need people to come to our website for something. We need some clicks and some ad revenue.
September Dave, when is it? September the 20 what is National Talk Like a Pirate Day? 22nd or 27th?
Sounds right.
It's in September the 20-something is National Talk Like a Pirate Day. Okay, it's been around for several years. Do you know how that got started? Wait a minute, you'll like this, JJ. You know how the National Talk Like a Pirate Day got started?
Please tell me.
No, I have no idea.
Tell me it's from the movie Dodgeball.
No. The guy. That's his ex-wife's birthday. And him and his buddies were like, damn it, every year when this day comes around, I'm remembering her on this day. And they invented National Talk Like a Pirate Day so that when that day rolls around, he's not thinking about his ex-wife's birthday. And it just took off because us idiot radio hosts back 20 years ago thought it was funny. And we did it, and it blew up over the internet over the years.
So who was the organization that maintains the registry of the days? You just read it a second ago.
Oh, I don't know if it's a registry, but it's nationaldaycalendar.com is what I go to.
It's National Lingerie Day.
Oh,
Let your significant others know.
Or I mean, JJ could have on some lingerie right now.
Oh, yeah, no. Look. Well, I don't know if you can look, but I'm going to say
I'm a lumberjack, and that's okay.
That is an old skit right there.
Pressed wildflowers.
National Calendar Day.
Can we take the internet dance show thing? There we go.
You could, because that's what the entire thing here is. Look, National Day Calendar, register a national day. You pay them money and you get a national day. And on top of that, on their website, they're running ads for Comcast, and down here behind you is Amazon Prime. So they just want visitors to their website.
I've never been that far into their website, to be honest. I click on today.
Oh, look,
and then I scroll down.
An Acura.
I've never seen that ad.
This is a scam.
I think you're on the wrong site.
NationalDayCalendar.com.
I've never seen that. NationalToday.com. NationalDayCalendar.com.
No, that does not. That's not the site. Here, make me moderator.
You are.
Oh, here. This is the site that I'm on.
That's the same one.
Well, I've never seen what you do. Where you went?
Click on register a national day, top right corner.
I don't want
I'm
that.
on a different site than you.
No, yeah, do it. Oh, look at that. Ads.
Today.
Look at that. Ads started loading.
Well, thank God I don't want to pay for this stupid shit. I just read it for 3 minutes a day.
Okay.
And if I'm not going to get it here, type in National Day on Google and see how many thousands. This has been a radio thing for
it's
50
National Radio
years.
Day too. National Day Radio.
No, this is the National Day Radio that you can listen. I thought that too. But see, I mean, look how convenient this is for me. Boom, boom, boom. And then I click right here and I can go down and I've got all these notable birthdays and then it's memorable events. And so I can go down through here and be like, oh, well, in 1901, blah, blah, blah on this date. And it's just a short little bit that I can do for the radio. Takes
valuable
up time.
Asset for radio. I get it.
As long as you make it interesting, in this day in 1901, blah, blah, blah. No, I make it interesting, so whatever.
Happy birthday, Jason Lee. You know
him. Oh yeah, mustache.
My name is Earl.
Yeah.
He's a fun guy.
He's a Scientologist.
Is he?
I did not know that.
He was an excellent skateboarder too.
Oh, sorry, did I ruin it? Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was a great skateboarder.
The only reason he is where he is today is because he was friends with Kevin Smith.
You think so?
Absolutely. That's Kevin Smith. When Kevin Smith made that Clerks, he made it on maxing out credit cards, and they made it in the convenience store in the off hours and stuff. Jason Lee wasn't in Clerks. He was in the Jason Lee was in Mallrats, the Fall Rat, follow-up. But Jason Lee, Ben Affleck was one of his really good friends back in the day. Mm-hmm. What was the guy that played? I can't think of his name. It worked at the video store. He's been in a crap ton of stuff. I'm a big Kevin Smith fan.
So Mallrats came out in 95. And before that, he had a couple of other film credits, but nothing big. So, he was in a Sonic Youth music video as just a skater. That's pretty cool. And then, Mallrats, where he played Brody. That was kind of his. Yeah, Brody. I'm gonna say, I don't know if a breakout role, but definitely
he had great lines.
It was a great launch. Yeah. Oh yeah, and he was
with the stink palm.
He was the star of the movie.
Basically
carried the movie.
Ethan Suplee.
Yeah.
Ethan Suplee, who was also, him and Jason Lee were the dynamic duo in My Name is Earl. They were Ethan Supplee's lines in My Name is Earl. I always said that is the stupidest, smartest show ever because Randy's lines are so stupid that most people don't get, but if you listen to what he's actually saying, it's hilariously deep references.
So here's something you may not know about My Name is Earl. Okay, so My Name is
I love that show. It's one of my favorite shows of all time.
When My Name is Earl was airing, most of the TVs in the US were still 4:3 ratio.
Oh, I don't know this factoid.
And however, they filmed My Name is Earl in HD, so in widescreen ratio. So what they did was everything that you would see on the 4:3 was like the show, and then they would do extra gags in the frames that would get clipped off that you wouldn't see. So here I'm gonna.
You guys know how to party or what?
Man, that's another thing about that show. There are so many background gags that if you're not paying attention, Community was another one that was like that. I highly recommend Community. There was a whole episode of Community where Abed was in the background throughout and he was only in the show. He only had like 3 lines at the very end, but he's in the background of the whole show, and he ends up delivering a baby. He goes through this whole scenario and in the background, and you'll never catch it.
Okay, check this out. This is one of those YouTube shorts, so it's not very long.
Earl was shot in high definition in the 16:9 format, even though most people's TVs still only display the traditional 4:3 format. Because of this, the show sprinkled in some visual jokes that only the HD viewers would be able to see. because they would be out of frame on a 4x3 screen.
High def rocks. He's just standing in the back holding up a sign that's out of frame for the 4x3.
Oh my God,
And,
I need
that's
to watch
funny.
that now in high
The
def.
previous one, it says over here, honk for peace and quiet, and there's like the extra gags in the background that you
Well,
would
that
not
was
have
from that
seen.
episode, the honk for peace and quiet stuff. But right there, Carl Hickey loves
No.
high def.
Right. so like how thoughtful are these guys that are like, we're shooting it in widescreen, but people aren't going to be able to see this, so we can just do junk on the sides. It's funny.
I love
Not real.
freaking.
15 years later, we would be streaming HD to our phones.
I loved the fact that the storyline went that the reason his name was Earl Hickey was because he was supposed to be named Carl Hickey, but Carl couldn't write cursive very good, so he made an extra loop in the C. So he became Earl Hickey instead of Carl Hickey. That's the greatest show, man. That's one of my favorites.
It's very good.
Fun.
I bet I've seen it 10 times.
Once.
I would bring up that my Tables Tale Volume 2, 10 more stories.
You should.
But we'll get copyright stricken because the guy that owns the copyright doesn't like you for some reason.
No, he lost. He gave up on that. I sent you screenshots of that.
Yes, because I actually looked up that company that was doing that, and that is a freelance company that like Facebook hires to monitor all these issues. So Facebook doesn't actually have, they don't utilize all of their technology to monitor the stuff. This private company that they own does this, and then they monitored it.
A good job at it.
They sent it to Facebook. Facebook flagged you. When you sent that back, you were sending that back to that company.
This is my appeal. They're like, copyright strike. And I was like, I am the rights holder of all the media in the episode. And the complaint includes a bogus time card during which time I was advertising books authored by the co-host. And then the next, like, couple days later, Viral Hog has accepted your dispute and released their claim of the video. Viral Hog, you guys are just jerks. Not that
I can't tell you how many times we have
impacted
gotten copyright struck on Facebook through church stuff because they're like, "Oh, you're playing an Alan Jackson song." No, we ain't. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That is not an Alan Jackson song.
Well, that's because our AI for that right there is new. And I mean, honestly, I do that all the time. I hit my Google, search a song.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm playing right there. You Never Talk Sweet by the Sweethearts of the Rodeo. And
is it right?
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah, see, it's not right for us.
Okay, well, that's what I'm getting at is it's picking up certain notes, or it's picking up that Alan Jackson did that song one time, something like that.
Everything is Paco Bell's Canon in D. Leave Me Alone.
Okay, so JJ, I think you need to look at this Viral Hog website that those people, because I was
they might copyright strike my IP address.
At Viral Hog, we are proud to have licensed over 60,000 videos to date, creating a vast library of content that caters to a variety of needs. Our collection includes brand safe, advertiser safe, and family friendly entertainment, as well as substantial archive of newsworthy content. I was reading through this and I was like, what? I was trying to think, what was the initial thought to get this started? And what does this company actually do? They archive videos? Because I was reading where in somewhere, and I thought it was the same thing, where the videos that you do or whatnot, they own them.
Yeah. So how much of it, like, if you go to their front page, it says submit a video.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you submit a video and then they own it and they get to license it. What?
You can go to their FAQ, and I don't know. I guess you can sell your videos. You can try to make your videos viral through them.
I've never heard of them. So why would I make my videos viral through them?
Well,
if I'm going to try to do
Facebook,
a
obviously, they obviously have an agreement with Facebook. Oh,
and Huh.
It's crazy.
Thundering there.
I'm not going over there to watch
It's
videos.
we're fixing to have some nasty weather. Like if it's not fixing to hit us here in like 15 minutes, but yeah, I'm looking at the radar and you're getting some nasty crap fixing to hit you, Dave.
Check the weather. There it is. That's checking the weather in Kentucky.
That's our color weather window. When it's wet, when it's vibrating, it's windy. When you can see out of it, it's sunny. When you can't see very good, it's cloudy.
Right now, man.
That's my joke, JJ. I've used that joke for 20 years on the radio. I'll say, with all these computers and all these high fancy computers, we've really splurged here at the radio station. We have our color weather window. When you can see out of it, it's sunny. When it's wet, it's rainy. When it's moving, it's windy.
Oh boy.
You can hear the rain coming in. This is crazy. It hasn't hit here yet.
So there's a couple news stories that I see. I don't know how much you guys care about them. Trump says that Crimea will stay with Russia. So he's finally landed on a shut up, Zelensky. Crimea will stay with Russia. So about like 2014, Russia basically took over Crimea.
Putin? He just smacked Putin the other day.
Did he?
Because they bombed Kyiv.
Yeah. Because Zelensky was like, we're not going to cooperate or something like that. So like, as far as I remember, Russia declared a Easter ceasefire and they just weren't going to attack. And hopefully Zelensky would behave the same. And I don't know if Zelensky upheld it or not. And then Zelensky had some statement the other day that basically like, he wasn't going to agree that Crimea, like, let me pull this up because Trump had a tweet a couple of days ago. Well, not a tweet, a truth about this, where he said essentially that Zelensky's stance on Crimea was like a non-starter. Like, you can't even negotiate with Russia if you're going to talk like this. Nobody's saying that you have to concede Crimea as Russian territory, but if you're going to like draw a line in the sand at the first step, then there's nowhere to you can't negotiate. You're not a good faith negotiation partner. Well, Russia has Russia bombed a lot of Ukraine a couple days. Trump says, and now Trump says Crimea will stay with Russia. Is basically like there's no path forward for Ukraine to recover Crimea. Yet, there's barely any path forward for you to recover territory that Russia has now occupied. Trump accused Zelensky of prolonging the war by refusing to surrender Korea in a possible deal. Trump stated that Crimea will stay with Russia while seeking to end the war in Ukraine. Zelensky has claimed that recognizing occupied territory as Russian is a red line for Ukraine. But Trump expressed discontent with Russian strikes on Kyiv, saying 5,000 soldiers a week are dying. So Trump just wants people to stop dying. Why can't you guys just
stop killing each other?
Stop killing each other for nothing. There's no reason. And
have you guys seen those videos of I've seen a lot actually of them grabbing those guys in Ukraine.
Oh yeah, I've seen some. Now, okay, so
I've seen some of those videos. I don't know.
We have no idea what's going on.
But yeah, you don't know what's going on. But it's being presented as they're, right. The last video I watched was this dude that was riding his bicycle, and he was surrounded by like 3 or 4 vans.
Yeah, they just knock him over and grab him, throw in a van, and and now they're telling us like that's how they conscript.
Right, and we don't. I don't know if that's the truth or not. I don't
know. I have no idea.
Blindly believe it. But, you start adding this and you add this in and you add this in, the fact that they're dying, they're hurting for these people. They don't have any soldiers. It starts to make sense.
And it's been 2-3 years. How many years has it been? And there's no progress. Ukraine is not marching east and reclaiming territory. Russia is not advancing anymore. Like it's so every single day people are dying for no benefit, no gain to their nation or anything. So Zelensky just needs to, I mean, I'm sorry. Maybe it's because he's being propped up by Europeans that are like, keep fighting Russia, or maybe it's the CIA that's like, keep fighting Russia, it'll work out. And, you know, we're just using Ukrainians as a meat grinder to just annoy our rivals. But I don't want to be rivals with Russia. I don't want anything in Russia. So why are we doing this? And are we doing this? Is Europe doing this? Like, who is telling Zelensky that he can win? Because you know he can't. He can't win.
Accurate.
So and because nobody will just tell him you can't win, and they keep giving him money and bombs, then he's just going to he's getting people murdered. Anyway, so it looks like Trump is saying, "Hey, that Crimea stuff, that's off the table. We're not even going to talk about that. So get over it. We got to bring this war to an end." Also, I saw this story and I care about this. Maybe you guys will care about this. China has canceled 12,000 tons of U.S. pork shipments. They're not sending us our bacon.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, I'm kind of okay with it.
I love bacon, but I pass pig. There is a hog rendering plant in Louisville. All right. And that's where all the bacon, that's where all the pigs from around here go. And they go in the mornings when it's dark and you don't see these trucks going. Okay. Cause I see them because I leave in the dark and I see these hog trucks. I pass them all the time and they're all going to Louisville. I know where they're going. So wouldn't you rather be feeding your child bacon that was actually, wait a minute. Let me stop myself from this thought. Let me stop myself. And now I don't know if I want bacon from the United States. I do maybe want bacon from China.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. But this is the story. China canceled 12,000 metric tons of U.S. pork shipments amid a high-stakes trade standoff between the superpowers. China, one of the biggest U.S. trade partners, axed 12,000 metric tons of U.S. pork orders, according to the USDA. China, behind Mexico and Japan, was the U.S. third biggest market for pork in 2024, importing some 475,000 metric tons valued at $1.1 billion. So I'm not sure which way this pork order was going. It looks like from this paragraph that we export tons and tons of pork to China. And so maybe that's the way it was. And they had an order of 12,000 tons of pork, and they were like, no. China, but then there's the next sentence. It says, China is the world's biggest producer of pork, accounting for 50% of the global supply, around 57 million metric tons. So,
okay, how many it said? How many metric tons did China export?
China exports 57 million metric tons of pork per year.
Okay, so in 2024, the U.S. exported over 367,000 metric tons of pork to China.
Yeah, so if they export it, and we are exporting it to them, and then they're exporting it around the world to other markets. That's
okay.
Weird,
So China had how many million metric tons in 1 year?
57 million metric tons.
We had in 2024, the United States exported $8.63 billion worth of pork and pork products, totaling 3.03 million metric tons. This represents a 4.5% average growth. 30%. So exports accounted for approximately 30% of total U.S. pork production. So we export 30% of our pork.
Right. So if they export more than anybody else in the world, why are we sending them pork? That doesn't make sense. Does it?
Well, it doesn't, but you're exactly right. It doesn't like there, but once you get into math, business deals, financial, all that handshake.
So somebody's not getting pork. But I don't think we're not getting pork. So Okay, China, you don't want some pork?
I would love some bacon in here this morning. Okay, I got a question for you to decide whether you are a psychopath or a normal person. Okay.
Oh, pop quiz. Okay.
Yes. How do you like your bacon cooked? Floppy or crispy?
Oh, floppy.
Oh, you're a psychopath. Get out of here.
What? Man, you got to have that grease. Got to have that fat,
that
still chewable.
Raw flavor of the pork. That raw, muscle tissue. No, I like it crispy.
Crispy. It's like chewing sticks.
Oh, I love it.
Not good. Why would you want to do that?
Because I don't want to eat raw pig.
Yeah. I mean, it's not raw. Hey, I was looking around for some stories and I went over to Variety. Because sometimes there's like, maybe something about the Fantastic Four or Thunderbolts. That looks kind of fun, right? And check out what I found. What's that?
I saw a poster for the Thunderbolts when we went. I took Maggie to see the Minecraft movie.
It looks pretty fun.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the trailer for it yet.
Check this out. Lesbian Space Princess is a Berlin winner, and it lands multiple territory deals, including in the U.S.
I have been reading and watching or listening to whatever this is.
Bluefinch Films has closed a raft of international deals for its animated festival darling, Lesbian Space Princess.
You know what the best thing about this story is, JJ, that I just realized? Is that you clicked on this, so now your algorithm is going to be like,
closed.
More of these stories.
No. We're starting to get good movies again. I just went and watched The Amateur, and then I think Today, The Accountant 2 comes out in theaters, so that'll probably be a lot of fun. That's got Ben Affleck in it. Accountant. Did you ever watch the first Accountant?
No.
Dude, The Accountant is a great movie. Like, great. It's really good. It's basically Batman, except it's good. Yeah. It's really good.
Okay. All right. I'll give it a watch.
It might make you cry. Except you don't really like action movies, right? Where there's fighting and stuff like that.
No, I like all kinds of movies. I'm like that with music. I like all kinds.
Okay.
I mean, even Ashley's little Hallmark movies, I have to stop myself from telling her the whole plot, but she likes the movies. She likes those Hallmark movies because they make her feel happy. And she knows what's going to happen. She knows what's going to happen, and it makes her feel happy. So
I fell down a rabbit hole with a Hallmark movie the other day, but it wasn't a Hallmark movie. It was a TikTok movie.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I'm so mad at myself for it. And it was so ridiculous. And then I sent it to my wife and made her watch it because it was like 20 minutes of my life that's gone on TikTok.
Dude, there is that couple on TikTok.
I'm not opening your links.
There's that couple on TikTok. Me and Ashley used to send these to each other, and they reenact like little short Hallmark movies, but they make them like super ridiculous. His name is like Jack Frost, and he owns a Christmas tree farm that's fixing to go under. It's pretty funny.
This one was.
I got a video for you guys.
All right,
I think you guys will like this. This shows just how complex and simple men are, and y'all are gonna love this. I can see us doing this. All right. Out real quick.
Go ahead. You ready? Let's go. Er det hvað, við getum ekki það. Sko, þannig við kemum það ég. Hvað er það fræðimúli?
Nice. You got to maintain that surface tension, and you can keep it going up a little bit.
Setið smá pressa á hann. Ekki gera neitt. Oh my god! Þetta er bara að vita að tippa yfir sko. Rúna. Ég held að sé...
So close.
Já, hann er ekki fyrir að gera eitt drópa á þessu.
I love this game.
You blew it.
Oh, wasn't that great?
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, I'd play that game.
I would too.
Coming down.
I kind of want to do it right now.
That's good.
I usually walk to my office. I'm glad I didn't today.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see how dark it has gotten in the past 10 minutes.
Well, these are mirror reflected sheets on the bottom two. So that one back there, that's accurate.
Yeah, I can see the reflection in the pictures on the wall over there. I can't make out what the pictures are, but I can definitely see like something in them over there. I saw that video come up the other day and I was like, dude, I got to show this to the guys on the show because they would love this. That's great.
I mean, honestly, I would be like, okay, let's go. Let's do it.
I'm taking you down.
It's joke
Hey, I got you one here, JJ. I want you to Google this.
Yeah.
I want you to Google this live on the show. No. It's not bad. No, it's nothing bad. You remember in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Okay. When they go into the room to sign the thing and the walls, what do the walls taste like?
Raspberries, which is not a good thing.
What is it? No. Stop. Stop.
Okay. All right.
You're the guy that fills out the thing before I tell you not to write anything down, and you've already put your name and the date on it.
Paint, probably.
No.
The lemon tastes
Type
like
in what is a snozberry.
Do not type that in.
Type it in.
What is a snozberry?
Do not. You're a horrible person.
I know I am.
Fictional term from Roald Dahl.
What are you using?
It is not from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It was popularized, yes.
It's popularized from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
It's been depicted as a type of fruit, but the term has sparked various interpretations and misconceptions over the years. So,
nope.
He's used it elsewhere.
Yeah.
What
Roald Dahl used it elsewhere.
I don't know. I don't get the joke here.
Keep reading. It says it right there. You just didn't read far enough.
Since snozberry is a made-up word, it has no official meaning, and it might imply a fruit with a pig-like appearance or taste.
How is he not seeing that? How is he not like reading? How is he reading over that?
What am I reading? What
you skipped?
It's right there.
Including humongous associations with the male genitalia, which it has been used many, 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 many times to describe a male genitalia. And then now that since this has come out, Bing has obviously
slang for penis. You're saying it's slang for penis.
Yeah.
No. I thought it was slang for
I mean, if you go back through books and start taking out slang for penis, you're going to be rewriting all these.
Oh my God! Yes, there's cave drawings. There's cave drawings.
This is a pointless task.
But a video the other day. From the 90s watching the Blue Origin take off. That looks like a giant, and then they just went.
And
off
it does
on the Austin Powers thing. Willie, look at
the rocket from Blue Origin, which is.
That's from Austin
Jeff
Powers.
Bezos' spaceship.
Yeah. No, but what the video was like in this movie, they're having these people lick this thing that tastes like a snozberry. And it was like an inside joke because people didn't know what that meant. But that's what it was supposed to mean.
This is the
If I just frame the words around it, you automatically associate it with being a fruit without me saying it was a fruit, but you'll associate it that way because of my words.
Right. This is the Blue Origin spaceship. Have you seen this before?
Yeah, of course.
I'm not going to make any comments.
It's Dave's favorite spaceship is the Blue Origin spaceship. All right.
Man, it really gets up there.
Wait. No. I got it right. Hang on. I got it right here. Oh, I don't know how big it is. Oh, it's not going to be that
big.
Colonel, you better take a look at this radar. What is it, son? I don't know, sir. But it looks like a giant dick.
Yeah.
Take a look out of starboard. Oh my God, it looks like a huge...
Pecker!
Oh, yeah.
Wait, that's not a woodpecker. It looks like someone's...
Private! We have reports of an unidentified flying object. It is a long, smooth shaft, complete with two balls.
What is that? That looks just like an enormous...
Wang.
I was distracted by that enormous flying...
Willie. Yeah. What's that? Well, it looks like a giant...
Johnson. Yes, sir. Get on the horn to British intelligence and let them know about this.
Oh, my favorite types of jokes. My favorite type of jokes.
All right, guys. I gotta get going. The plane crashed in the jungle. And every
You don't bury the
single
survivors.
person died. So who survived?
What?
All the married ones.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. All the
What?
married people married.
It was ridiculous.
A plane crashed in the jungle and every single person died. So who survived? Married couples.
You do realize the concept of jokes are supposed to be humorous, right? They're supposed to be like funny or maybe even relatable to a subject you've talked about. Like if
I
Pac-Man
got one.
owned
I got
a
one
chocolate factory, what would he be called? If Pac-Man owned a chocolate factory, what would he be called? Willy Waka 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 Waka.
Oh.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
Since
How about this? Let me try again. What do you get if you dip a
What?
What do you get if you dip a baby cat in chocolate? A kitty cat bar.
Okay,
It's
that was
related to chocolate.
That's better. That was
Yeah.
better.
No.
Since it's Al Pacino's birthday, why are birthdays so good for your health?
I don't know why.
Because the more you have, the longer you live.
I'm gonna give that.
Politicians and talk.
Oh, you.
Wait,
that's a great
What's
thing.
going on?
And everybody's locked up.
You doing
Okay.
another one?
No, I was no. I was gonna say.
Hooah!
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter